Thank you so much for being here. Very excited to share with you new insights into memory. We're going to talk about how to keep your memory working better, longer, based upon the latest research and the latest understanding. First thing we're going to do is we're going to do a pop quiz. So the pop quiz is, I'm going to ask you to look at these 6 words and see if you can remember them or memorize them in order. So I'll give you a couple seconds. We'll go through them. They are in order. They are magnet, chocolate, blanket, chapstick, apple, pants. Okay, anybody got it? I would expect almost nobody to get it. Anybody think they got it? Who didn't get it? Don't feel bad. If you didn't get it, if you didn't even try, okay. If you didn't get it, don't run out of here in a panic. Don't call your doctor. It doesn't mean anything. In fact, most people have a very hard time memorizing lists. Our brain is not really good at doing things like that. And so I want to show you, really one of the first things I want to show you is that there's parts of your memory that are much stronger than just memorizing a list. And this is something called memory of loci. Has anybody heard about this? So memory of loci is something that goes back to the 1600s. That's when it was discovered. And it was used for people back hundreds of years ago to memorize large pieces of information. And it's based upon the fact that your brain is really good at memorizing locations and how to get from one place to the next. Your brain is really good at that. Your ancestors who were able to find their way home, they're your ancestors. Your ancestors that got lost, they're not your ancestors, right? They didn't pass on their genes. So we're really good at remembering locations and how to get from place to place. In fact, if you see people on TV who are memory champions, and they will recite hundreds of numbers or letters or words in a row, they're using this same trick. But they're just using it much more in-depthly. So I'm going to teach it to you, and then we'll review it again later. So this is how it works. Memory of loci usually is done by imagining either your childhood home or the home you live in now. And what you do is you take and you place in order the words in specific locations in your house. And you always say that, okay, the front door is where I'm going to put the first word, then the kitchen is the second word, and then the living room the third. And you figure out what that's going to be. But since we all have different layouts to our house, we'll do another version of this, and we'll use our face. So it turns out, using your face as a location can really help you remember things. If you always put the first thing in the list you have to remember on your forehead, the second thing on your ear, the third thing in your eyes, the fourth thing your nose, the fifth thing your mouth, and the sixth thing under your chin. So let's try it really quickly. Let's tap into this much more powerful memory. Imagine a magnet attached to your forehead, stuck there. Imagine chocolate coming out of your ears. Imagine a blanket covering your eyes. Imagine chapstick up your nose. Imagine holding on to an apple in your mouth. Then imagine a pair of pants that you're holding onto with your neck. So now let's try it. What was on your forehead? What was in your ears? What was in your eyes? Nose? Mouth? Chin? Pants. So you tapped into a much more powerful form of memory, your location memory. So we're going to go back to ideas like this, but I also want to talk to you about this study. This just came out this month. A group of neuroscientists identified the 5 factors that, if people have healthy versions of these 5 factors, much less likely to lose their memory after the age of 55. If they don't have these 5 factors, much more likely to lose their memory. So what are the 5 factors? We're going to cover all 5 of them today as we move through the talk, but I want you to know there's more than 5. We're going to cover many more than 5. Even the authors of the study said there's definitely more than 5, but we are just studying these 5. But we will go through all 5 of them as we work through.